Hi, this is Frida. I would like to show you how to knit this iPod sock. It is very easy and simple. It's nice and cozy. Just stuck it in like that. And it's safe and secure. Okay. Let's get started. I'm going to be knitting with bicolor. So the main color would be this. And then I'm going to start with black. It is one of the worsted yarns that I'm going to be knitting with. And the black is the same brand. And the needles I'm going to be using sock needles here. They're about 5. It really depends on your yarn and your gauge, of course. Please follow the instruction on your yarn. And oops, that fell down. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to be chaining 28 stitches on my needles, and so cast on 28 stitches, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have cast on a total of 26 stitches. Before I start this, I just wanted to show you the measurements. This is just a regular Apple iPhone, so it is 5.5 inches long, but I knitted extra here, as you can see, so it can go in nice and cozy. All I did is I measured the phone and I checked on my gauge, and that's how I did the stitches. That's how I figured out the 28 for this particular yarn. So total of 7 inches wide and 5.5 inches long. And when you fold it, it's 3.5 inches wide. Okay. I'm going to divide the stitches to my 4 needles. So continue on. 6 stitches each on the 4 needles. I have all my stitches on my needles, so I'm just going to start knitting. So I'm starting with 2 purl, and 2 knit. So the pattern is 2 purl, 2 knit, 2 purl, 2 knit. We're going to be knitting this about 1 inch, and I'll come back to show you how to start with the main color. And before I get started here, I did a Kitchener stitch. I seamed it so it's nice and clean. So far I have knitted about 1 inch of the black yarn. So I cut the black yarn. Now I'm going to be starting to knit with the blue yarn. I'm going to be knitting about 5 inches long. So continue knit 5 inches plus the 1 inch, so that would be 6 inch, and that would be perfect to fit your iPhone. If you want to knit on a different phone like Sony, BlackBerry, just measure your phone, and then with your gauge you can start knitting a sock for your phone. So I'll be back after knitting 5 more stitches long. I mean 5 inches more, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have knitted all the way up here. We're done, so I'm just going to do the kitchenaire stitch. So what we did is we cast on 28 stitches, knitted about 1 inch, and then changed the yarn. I did a by color, 2 different colors, and then from here I knitted another 5.5 stitches, 5.5 inches, and then from there we're done. So I'm going to start doing the kitchenaire stitch. If you don't know, I will show you how to do it. It's very easy and simple. What we're going to do is we're just going to close this. This is all going to be closed nice and like a sock. This is a IPod Sock, so it's going to be all stitched up. Okay, so just gonna have this a little bit closed up. Okay, so you can see it better. From here, I just equally put 14 stitches here and 14 stitches here, and I was knitting like this, so the strand is here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start doing it. These 2 stitches we're going to do it once, and then the kitchenaire stitches from there, it will work with 4 stitches. So we're going to continue doing the 4, repeat 4, 4, 4 until we have the last 2 stitches, and then we do the last 2 stitches and we're done. Okay, let's get started. So from here we're going to be, okay, so I have the strand here, and we're going to come here like to purl, same like you're purling. Just pull it and leave this like that, and then go back to as to knit. Okay, these 2 are only going to be done once. Okay, now we're going to be working with 4 stitches. So come back here, as to knit, and we're going to be moving that from the needle. Just pull it tightly. And then come back here as to purl. Remember I said this works with 4 multiple stitches, and leave this one on the needle. Okay, and then come back here as to purl. We did purl here. We left the purl there. Here we're going to be doing purl. Prior to that we did knit and we left it. Now we're going to be doing purl, and then we're going to be removing that from the needle. This is the 3rd. And then here we're going to be doing like as to knit, and then we leave that on the needle. Okay, so this is the 4th stitch that we worked on. So again we're going to start working with another 4, total of 4 stitches. So we're going to come back here. We did the knit. Here we're going to do the knit here as to knit on this across the stitch. going to be removing that from this needle. Just pull it tightly. See, it's happening. Okay, here we're going to do as the pearl. It's the second. And we're going to leave that on the needle. Just move that underneath. Tuck it there. And then we're going to come across here as the pearl. And this is going to be slipping from the needle. Perfect. And from here we're going to be doing S to knit. This is the fourth stitch. Okay. We're going to come back here, S to knit. Remember we did knit here, so we're going to do the knit here. And that is going to be moving from the needle. So tuck it tightly. See, it's happening. And then we're going to do purl here. And leave it. Leave it there. Go across. Purl here. Move it from the stitch, from the needle. Tuck it. Pull it a little bit. Oh, careful not to have that one slipped. Okay, here we go. Pull it. And this is going to be S to knit. Come back here. This is going to be S to knit. And move it from the needle. Back here as to purl. And leave that on the needle. Tuck it a little bit. Doesn't that look nice? Perfect. And what I did is when I divide these two needles into half, 14, 14, I'm doing a rib stitch, right? It's two purl, two knit, two purl, two knit. Unfortunately, when you divide that to two, to have that perfect look, like on the two knitted, what I did is I put one knit here and one knit here and then two purls. Again, here I left one here, one purl here, one purl here, then two knits and two knits, so it can be equal and it looks nice when it's finished. Okay, so we did the knit here. Oh, I'm sorry, we did the purl here and then come back and do the purl on the back needle and then pull that tightly. Then do a knit here and leave that on the, and continue until we have the just two stitches, and I'll be right back. We're on the last two stitches, okay, and this is the last. So we're going to do knit, just pull that stitch, tuck it a little bit, and then purl. Those needles away, and it fell. Okay, and then this is the last stitch. Isn't this just wonderful? Look how it looks. Perfect. Matches the knit, the purl. It looks nice. So I'm just going to weave these two strands of yarn and I'll be back. before I weave them, I just wanted to show you the back of the work. So this is how it will look. The back of the work. Just weave them. Just weave them between. Stuck it. And this is the finish of the iPod sock. Just gonna put it in. This is the first time. Oops. Doesn't it look nice? Nice and cozy. Perfect. I hope this tutorial helped you how to knit this iPod sock. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share it with your family and friends. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.